Week 2 of football is in the books, and now it's time to review the tape and get ready for Week 3. There's no better place to get in on all of the action than with DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. If you don't like football, they got UFC and MMA. You can bet this weekend on UFC 253. DraftKings is safe, reliable, and secure, and they allow you to withdraw your money at your convenience, and that's what I like the most, because I win all the time. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code Jomboy when you sign up to get this can't-miss offer. Pick any team during Week 3, bet $1 on them, and win $100 if they win. That's $1 to win $100 when you use promo code Jomboy during sign-up. For a limited time, only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sequence. I'm your host, Trevor Plouffe. This episode is brought to you by DraftKings, and today we have another very, very special guest. Two-time All-Star, he of over 1,300 career punchies. Pittsburgh Pirate starter, my man Chris Archer. Chris, what's up, dude?
Plouffe, thanks for having me on, man. It's always great to talk baseball with you.
I'm excited. I've been trying to get you on. We are during the baseball season right now. You're rehabbing some stuff, so you said you got some time, and you're one of the guys who I always liked talking baseball with. We played together in 2017 on the Rays, and because I was on the bench a lot that year, we got to talk, and I got to pick your brain a little bit. But I think I've always wanted you on here because I think you're one of the more cerebral pitchers that I got to play with. And I don't know if that's like a Tampa Bay thing, but Odorizzi's kind of the same way. Cobb was kind of the same way. That whole group right there. Is that a Tampa Bay thing?
Man, I don't know if it is now. Their pitching staff and their whole bullpen rotation is unbelievable. But for me, it started with James Shields. I got traded over in 2011. I wasn't in the big leagues. I was still in Double-A at the time, but I went to big league camp, and James Shields was the guy. Everything he did rubbed off on David Price. Everything David Price did rubbed off on Helly. Everything that Jeremy Hellickson did rubbed off on Cobb and Matt Moore, who were like more like my peers. They weren't like, they had more service time than me, but we were the same age. We were that 22, 23-year-old range when we broke into the league. And I mean, Price learned a lot from Shields, and we all learned a ton from Price. And, my repertoire is nothing like David Price at all. But my mentality pretty much all came from Price, which all pretty much came from James Shields. James Shields is the OG.
I love James Shields' mentality. I had to face him a ton when he was with the White Sox. Now, this is in 2016.
Yep.
We're in Arizona. Goldie's still here. Goldie, by the way, my goodness, dude. You look at his numbers. Monster.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's underrated. I feel like people know how good he is, but every time I look at his baseball reference page, I'm like, okay, this guy's the real deal.
Yeah, I think, it was one of those situations where he was out in AZ, games are on late. People don't realize the type of damage that he does. But yeah, like anyone inside of baseball knows, because when you went to AZ, you had the game plan around him and JD Martinez and some other bangers, bro. Like, so we all know. So some of the people that don't get to see Arizona play very often, they don't really know, but this dude was the truth, because he would hit 30 home runs and steal 20 bags to the first baseman, which is super rare.
Yes, man. No, he's the real deal. Sorry, we're looking here at the highlight. You got Michael Bourne, I think, just a strikeout on one of those high slide balls that we were talking about.
Yeah, completely intentional slider, high.
Man, you make the hitters go crazy with that. All right, let's start the video up. Let's check it out. Michael's like, dang it, and there you are.
Young Chris Archer.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the flow in the back, the chain out. I dig it. And here's Goldie, just like a beast in the box. He's big too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he takes up a lot of space. And I think I had already faced him one time earlier in the game. Maybe, yeah, he's already 1-for-1. I think he went oppo with a fastball.
Oh, really? I'm gonna go watch that pitch here. Yeah, first pitch away. That's Casali catching.
Yeah. So I knew I had to execute right away. So Kurt called a fastball away, and I knew I couldn't leak over the middle just because the way his swing's built, and he already took me oppo. Yeah, see, he had an RBI double. So I was right on the outer third with that pitch, and he was a little tardy, so I noted that.
When I look at his setup, with the hands up like that, I noticed I feel like I see a hole up and in on him. But then I looked at his heat maps, and that's not necessarily true. So, and I think maybe you just got to really get it up there if you want to do it.
Yeah, so it's interesting when you're looking at heat maps. It all depends on how that pitch was set up.
Sure.
It's a good point of reference. But if a dude's living in, if he's throwing a sinker that's a little flatter, doesn't have the carry, then Paul can stay on playing with that. If he doesn't have velocity, if a guy's throwing 90 to 93, as you know, that's way different than 94 to 96.
Yes.
So it's like, sense. Right. So I'm going to look at that and say, I'm only going to extrapolate 94, 96 with carry fastball. And I'm going to look at that. So I saw how he was a little tardy on that heater away. So Kurt he wanted to go in with a little elevation. I missed down a little, but still, again, the velocity.
That was a good pitch.
Yeah, the velocity was there. So I feel like I beat him to the spot there.
Absolutely beat him to the spot. It's a great term for it right there. You can see, he's just that's a defensive swing. So you went away heater. You went in heater, 0-2. You can literally go anywhere. Without giving away all the secrets, bro. I'm not trying to have you give away all the secrets.
Yeah.
But you do that. Do you stay hard until you maybe miss and then go to something else, or what are you thinking in that situation?
Well, like you said, you have a lot of options, and I also know my scouting report. I know what the scouting report says about me because I'm throwing the pitches. I know that I throw my slider 40-something% of the time. So in this situation, just because I've watched and I remember, I'm trying to stay hard because he was late on two pitches right there.
Yes.
But by staying hard, I still have a lot of options here.
Yeah.
So,
See here, 0-2 here. What you got? I can't see the fingers. Kurt looks like he's setting up in again.
That's just me trying to overthrow.
Yeah, you're going for that K right there.
Yeah, I was going for the K. But honestly, it was such a non-competitive pitch, it didn't really serve a purpose. So I'm still in the same mode as I was before. I still feel like I have options. I don't have to go straight to my slider right now because he was late, and my command at this point is pretty good. So I have options. I believe this is a pretty tricky one right here, though. This is where I try to get kind of cute.
I'm trying to think if I was hitting what you would do. I feel like I'm not Paul Goldschmidt, but I'm putting myself in his shoes. I'm thinking slide ball right here. Mm-hmm. You went up and in. Now you wanted to change the eye level. You're going to go down and away with the slider. That's what I think. But here we go. 1-2.
Right. So you're right. You're right. And again, man, that speed separation for me is what I want. That wasn't a great slider, but it was 9 miles an hour slower than the previous pitch.
Yes.
So, that was 87. The last fastball was 96. So, at least I had him a little out in front to where he hit that off the end of the bat. So, it's straight cat and mouse with dudes like Goldie. You have to play the cat and mouse game. In
my head here, and again, I have watched this a bit, but I don't remember what you're going. I'm just thinking along as a hitter. I would expect you to go back to it and try to put a better spot. Yeah. Down and down.
Yeah.
Kurt, so you see how adamant. What does that mean? Because I watched this and I was like, what is Kurt doing? Tell people what that means.
Hey, so
catchers do that all the time.
I hung that last pitch And since Goldie is kind of timing me up a little bit here, he's seen 4 or 5 pitches so far. He's seen 4 pitches so far. Kurt actually caught a changeup right here, and Kurt knew if that wasn't down, it was gonna get banged. So I threw that shit down. Hey, I threw that thing down.
Okay, yeah, he's like, bury it. You're like, okay.
Okay, because you can see here, changeup grip. I just yanked it.
Yeah.
Again, it's
I love
a good
that
hitter,
pitch though.
man.
Change up right there. That's a great pitch.
If I could have started it middle and run it to his back foot, it's perfect. I wasn't super confident in that pitch, but Kurt had called a great game to that point. We had a good rapport. So I was like, you know what? We got a little cushion. I'm gonna try this right here. But then, it's back to the bread and butter now, 2-0. Like, there's no third or fourth option. Like, I'm coming at you with my A1 stuff. Fortunately, I have 2 pitches that are there. So
here we go. It's a run at 2-2 now. Let's see what happens. Pitch. Back out over. So he's getting better now.
Exactly. And so that's what you see the catcher come out there and talk like, hey, like, we can't just live away with this dude. I remember this at bat very, very vividly because of this next pitch, how I finished him. It's for me based off the trajectory of the pitch before, and now this one, they play right off of each other. So one stayed up and the other one goes straight down, almost to where it looks like it's like it has a little reverse action, but it goes straight down. And that's what I was trying to do. It's a 6 mile an hour difference, so it's just enough to have him a little in front. I get maybe 2 balls, 3 balls worth of break, and you can see he misses it by 1 or 2 balls. And that's all I'm looking for with my slider if I'm getting that depth that I get on this one.
All right, so you got the heater up and away. He was on the timing. Now you're saying you want to basically tunnel off that pitch.
Exactly.
One's kind of going up, and now let's see what you got. Oh, it does look like it's going that way. Hold on one second.
I think it's because the camera angle's a little to the right. I think it's an illusion because when you watch the replay, you can see it go just under his barrel. You can see it go straight down just under his barrel.
Oh, hey, that thing.
It might have moved a little more than two or 3 balls. But
that's falling off the table right there, man.
Yeah, and it was 90 miles an hour, and after following a 96 mile an hour fastball right where I wanted to throw it, that's the breaking ball I want to throw. With Paul Goldschmidt, he's not going to chase wide a whole lot.
Yes.
There may be some times where, you got some really wicked stuff come out of your hand, but big league hitters, they don't really chase wide. So I'm trying to stay above and below, and I'm going to work the edges, and I am going to pitch wide here and there. But in a 2-2 count, I'm trying to be on the plate. So I'm not necessarily trying to be in the strike zone in that particular case, but I want to be over the plate. I don't want to be wide.
That makes a lot of sense, man. And I don't really think. I mean, that's something like I said before the at bat, like you're a very cerebral pitcher. And just the thought process like that, that's why you were 5th in the Cy Young voting, 2-time All-Star, all this, man. Still in the league doing your thing. I appreciate you coming on. We're going to be back for a bat number 2. Do you need to plug anything?
No, not right now.
Okay. We'll put your socials and stuff in here and all that, and then we'll be back with a bat number 2. Chris, you're the man.
Yes, sir.